Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, 8.0 drops on Azeroth. That and so much more as Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News. Everybody. And from the Battlenet News broadcast bunker in Minneapolis, Minnesota, today is, what is it? It's July 17th, 2018, and it is now 9:15 in the p.m. A little later than normal, granted, but only by minutes. All right, thanks for joining us from all around the Blizzard universe. And hello, my name is Pat Krane. I am the host of the show. And as always, the players are here from... Well, hold on a second. I need to bring it down a little bit. Because tonight, for what it's worth, we have not one, but two players from Lagging Balls. First up, we have Thorn. Hello, Thorn.
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Thorn. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
You know, I have allowed for the show by taking down the WoW servers so that we may have the maximum capacity of viewership.
Right.
You're welcome.
Right. And thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot, because we didn't want anybody actually playing the game that we're going to be talking about a lot tonight. And also from Lagging Balls and Battlenet Sports and a bunch of other stuff. It's Thyst. Hello, Thyst.
Hello, Patrick.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Use the full name. Uh-oh.
How are you?
Am I in trouble?
He's definitely in trouble.
This is what the wife says was when I'm in trouble. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
And then I say,
you've returned.
And then I say, did I not do the dishes correctly? What's going on? So
did you mess up?
I
think you've like a guilty conscience or something.
Who puts a dish on the top rack? I mean, really?
Right,
Pat.
It's you don't put the big plate on the top rack. That's wrong. That's really wrong. Big plate goes on the bottom rack. Like small bowls, that's okay, maybe.
You anarchist.
Depends on the space that's available. Right?
You don't get it, Pat. You don't get it.
Right, exactly. Well, welcome, players. Welcome, Twitch chat. Welcome, all those people from around World of Warcraft and beyond. We are going to be talking a lot about World of Warcraft tonight because something happened. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what, but I heard that it was pretty good. I mean,
what are you talking about? The pre-patch dropped.
Wait, what?
Wait, was that a joke? Did I just ruin it? Oh,
wait, hold on a second.
We didn't discuss this earlier.
Did you just say that that patch 8.0 just dropped today on Azeroth?
Well, not in so many words, Pat, but yes.
Of course it did. Of course it did. And so we're going to be talking a lot about that tonight. A lot about all of the different things that go along with it, and many other such news articles in tonight's show. And thanks so much for joining us, guys from Lagging Balls.
Oh, hey, thanks for having both of us on. I mean, I know it's hard for you to be so outnumbered by us, and that's why you've been keeping us apart. But
I have a little trepidation, but I am confident.
This is our show now.
In my muting, I am confident in my muting abilities. If I need to, so
you can mute me.
You can't mute me.
Yeah, I'll mute you in real life at BlizzCon. You just better watch.
IRL, look out.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable here in between you two.
Most people would.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about what we've been up to in Blizzard games, and I think that it would be suiting to catch up with Thorn and talk about what you've been up to in the games of Blizzard.
Why, sure. Thanks for asking, Pat.
How come Thorn gets to go first?
You get to go last.
It's my time to talk here, lady.
So...
Listen. Go ahead.
All right.
Well, I have been working on Overwatch skills.
Okay.
In particular, the killing skills. The shooty, bang, bang, make dead skills.
Wow.
And what I mean by that in particular is that I mostly play support. So
awesome.
I've been working a lot more on aggro tank and on kills.
Wow. So let me ask you a question about this, because I'm sure that you are one to play PTR. Maybe
a little bit, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you checked out Hammond?
I have.
Okay. What do you think about Hammond?
Not a fan.
Oh, I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan of silliness. That's what I'm really a fan of. I'm really a fan of like this fun, super fun thing with a skill cap that really is kind of insane-o, especially if you're like, like trying to go around and around and around stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of amazing. And but at the same time, it's just so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That part is my favorite part about it, though. It's the ridiculousness. That's the part I'm all for.
Sure.
Everybody who's like, "Oh, it's too far. Not in my game." I'm like, we have a talking gorilla.
Yeah, I know.
We have a time traveling shooter. I mean,
and it's like
it's gonna be all right.
If we have the gorilla, the hamster is just fun.
Yeah.
Like the gorilla is almost serious at this point, right?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because like Winston came out when Overwatch came out. Like, he was one of the OG characters. Right. So we got used to him immediately, But like, if they had brought Winston out a few months ago, we'd be like, why is there a talking monkey in this game? That's stupid,
Right.
So it's like, relax.
Right. And now Hammy's out, and it's like, okay, Hammy's well, he's going to be coming out soon.
I mean, he's coming.
Not out yet.
He's coming.
But he's on the PTR.
The date has been confirmed, in fact.
Oh.
Pat, quick question. What is Hammond's favorite food from Denny's? I'm sorry, from International House of Pancakes.
Oh. What is Hammond's favorite food from International House of Pancakes?
Clearly, Pat, it's Moons Over My Hammy.
That was terrible. That was awful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, Internet.
Like, would it not be some sort of like seed or vegetable dish? Like,
please, if you're watching this on YouTube, do not downvote us because of that one joke. We've got more coming.
I'm going to downvote it because of that joke.
Don't downvote us quite yet. We've got more coming.
Chat room got it.
Of course they did. Everybody did. It was a low fruit on that one. But,
very low.
But it's cool. All right.
The low.
So you've been doing let's see, Overwatch. Have you been doing any WoW lately?
A little bit, but not nearly as much, especially since the servers are down. But a little bit, yes. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to main in WoW for Battle for Azeroth. And I have not come to that conclusion.
What are you thinking?
However, I did. Well, you know what? I'm easily influenced, and I watched a lot of the AWC this weekend, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Shamans.
Shamans are pretty cool. I will say that not a lot of Shamans are happy going into BFA. I'm sure that there are some that are very okay with everything that's going on. Shamans for BFA, not extremely happy about everything.
I'm just hoping that it's not clear yet still.
So what would you play? Would you play
Elemental, I think, but Enhancement I think has got the better rap so far.
Moon's over your chamois?
I don't know. I guess
Sorry.
And that's the show, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you later. So I don't know.
When comedy
Tonight.
Good night.
Next time.
Next time on CTR, we'll talk about all this crap all over again. No. But I actually like Chamois a lot. Really, I do. That's kind of my second go-to, pretty much, these days. It seems to be like Druid, Chamois, Hunter. Those three, between those three, it's really hard to tell exactly who's going to win. But mostly it's Druid because they're awesome. And then Chamois because they're pretty cool. And you can do different things, right? So
different.
Right. So that's that. Now Thyst. Hi. I'm pretty sure that you've been doing some PvP lately.
Maybe.
And
I have a very good war mode story. Should I tell it now or later?
I think boy, I don't know, now or later. No, because war mode is a new thing and not everybody has necessarily played it. But necessarily. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's do this thing.
Okay.
All right. What do you got?
War mode went live today with the patch. And I know that a lot of people are having trouble getting in right now, but earlier some people got in, including myself. Right. So you have to go to Orgrimmar if you are Horde to activate it. You can choose your 3 talents plus another talent that sort of like makes up for the trinket that you lose. So I did that. And so you just have to go out into the world, and wherever PvP could happen, your extra talents are, available to you. So it's like more spells, like out in the world and stuff.
Right.
So that's awesome. And you also get like a 10% like increase on experience when you're out in the world killing things. So I went out into the world. I ran outside of Orgrimmar, and I totally forgot that I could fly. And I was like, and I stopped, and I was like, all right, come at me. And I'm just like waiting, and I'm like,
wait. Did you say come at me, bro? Because if not, you might not have said it correctly, and I just want to make sure.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Next time I'll be like, come at me, bro.
All right. Sure. All right. But this time it was just come at me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I went there, nothing happened, and I was like, all right, cool. But it's cool because like when you go out of like a rested area, you've got this buff called enlisted, and that sort of like can tell people that you are in fact enlisted in war mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can see other people. So I'm like, okay, so I need to go somewhere else. So I went to Suramar because people are there.
Yeah, Suramar. Yeah. No,
so
I got it.
I went over there. I ported over there. I was next to the cave in Meridel, I think it's called, and I wasn't the only person that had this idea, but we were all Horde. So we're all just like standing around waiting for people to like, it's like, come at us, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I waited there for a while, and I was like, this is stupid.
She
where should I
finally
go?
uses bro properly.
And no bros to be had.
Just
so
letting you know. Okay, go ahead.
So I ported back to Orgrimmar, and then I got on the Zeppelin to Stranglethorn because I'm always going to Stranglethorn when I'm bored because there's always people there ganking lobies, right? And I like to protect lobies. So I went there.
Or gank lobies. It's totally fine.
I don't
Either
gank.
way.
I only punish people.
Okay.
So nobody was there either. So I'm like, fine, you forced my hand, game. So I flew over to Stormwind, and I landed in front of the smelly old gates, and I stood there and I waited.
The smelly old gates. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And this gnome warrior saunters up to me, and
hold on a sec. As an Alliance player, I will just say that the gates are a little stinky. And seriously, if anybody could work on that in the game, that would be great. Little stinky.
I mean, there's the moat. There's some nests up in the wall.
Just a little bit of must. However, Gates of Orgrimmar, kind of like it's caked on must. It's a little bit different must.
It's a little bit satisfying though. You're like earthy.
It is earthy.
It's like earthy. Cousin Steve's dank basement. It's like, yeah, you get used to it after a while, and he's got a Nintendo.
Sure.
Cousin Steve.
As long as he's got a Nintendo.
Yeah, you're fine.
Right.
So so this warrior came up to me, and I totally got my ass handed. Like, this warrior was ready.
Sure.
Ready for me. But it felt so good, because like I've been on this PvP server for like 9 years now, and like I've never really had to like go out of my way to like go find trouble, but I'm not really ever looking for trouble. But like now that I could start some trouble, I went looking for it immediately, and it was just so much fun. And I just think that war mode is just going to be like that. Like, it's going to inspire people to like kick each other's asses.
Good. Maybe you could waylay the A word, but it's fine. It's waylay the A. I don't know. Anyway,
that's pretty good.
I was talking about donkeys,
right?
And
Of course you were. But yeah, I mean, it's really great. And of course, with the lagging balls, guys, I knew that this was gonna go south like immediately.
South?
It was gonna go south. Like to I don't know.
Stranglethorn?
Sure.
Wait, was that south?
But like south.
North.
But like south.
Below the belt.
Yeah. Way below.
Physically south.
Often below the belt.
Right. Anyway, that sounds like. So you were doing that today?
Yes, I did that today.
And as 8.0 is hit today, and it's been kind of spotty for some people, it's been a little bit spotty for me as well. And I will tell you all about my experiences as we kind of drift through all of the stuff that we have to talk about, because with 8.0, it is pretty meaty.
Meaty.
It is meaty.
So meaty.
Not like meaty, not like mead.
Like,
that's
beer?
like a honey.
Meaty?
That's like a honey beer. That mead stuff, but it's meaty. Sorry. Sorry.
Like girthy?
Like, yeah, sure, a little bit, yep. But and
what?
It's
an adjective.
As we travel through to the other side of whatever this is, we need to go to the CTR Top 10.
Yes,
that's right. So the CTR Top 10 list, and I will play this music. There we go. Okay, beautiful, awesome. We're back to the CTR Top 10 list, which is really great. And of course, this week we could do nothing other than the top 10 amazing new things in patch 8.0. So the top 10 amazing new things in patch 8.0 for this return to the Convert to Raid top 10 list. And here we go. All right. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes things happen. All right, number 10. With the stat nerf, that feeling of being level 70 all over again. There we go. It's amazing. It is so amazing to feel like you're level 70 all over again. All right, number 9. We can finally escape the horrors of trade chat by joining an entire trade community.
God.
With voice.
Right, with voice. So not horrible at all. Or enough. I'm not sure which. All right. Number 8. Orcs finally got the good healthcare so they can see a chiropractor.
They went to Canada.
It's amazing. They went to
Canada. They
get
some Orc-Bama care?
The Orc-Bama. Orc-Bama. All right.
Orc-Bama made me do it.
Number 7. You can now buy all the legendaries that never, ever, 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 ever drop for you in 2 years. Never, ever.
Exactly what I was thinking when I was about that.
It's like, hey, buy a legendary. It didn't drop for you. You had 2 years to get it. Come on.
Never, ever?
Never, ever, 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 ever. So there's that.
Ever.
All right. Number 6. There's word that Burning Man is coming to Teldrassil.
Get.
That's. Is that too soon? Is that too soon? Is that too quick? That might be too quick.
That's good. Oh god.
There's word of it though, and I'm excited because I play an Alliance Druid, and I'm totally psyched for Burning Man. That sounds great. All right. Number 5 of the amazing new things in patch 8.0. With War Mode, you can now elect whether or not to be camped. So if you really want to be camped, go for it. All right. Number 4. Blood Elves get to live out their James Bond fantasies with golden eyes. Dad
That's
joke?
funny.
That's like an IHOP level joke. Come on.
Hashtag,
That was actually supposed to be Denny's.
hashtag dad joke. All right. The number 3 amazing new things at 8.0. Spec changes across the board mean all new reasons for nerd rage.
Like I need more reasons.
Like I need more reasons. Exactly. All right. The number 2 is we can finally throw those artifact weapons out. Damn them.
I mean,
They've been
I'm
hanging
not
around for
throwing
too
mine
long. Screw
I'm
that.
just gonna keep mine in my bank for the rest of time.
I'm just going to transmog mine to that board with the nail on it.
Ooh. Actually,
Oh.
I do that quite a bit.
I like that thing.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty awesome. Or the
bone.
Or the frying pan or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter. Fish, sure. That's all good.
Yes.
That's all good. All right, and the number 1 amazing new thing in patch 8.0 is that new patch smell. That's right. There we go. All right. So that is the CTR top 10. You like that one?
Oh, very good.
You like
Very
that
good.
one?
Oh,
I thought that
good.
was pretty good.
That was
That
lit.
was pretty good. Of course,
Lit AF, fam.
of course, we've had a few weeks to build up to it, so I had some time to think about it. All that
Wow,
kind
I
of
never
stuff.
do anything in advance. That's smart.
Actually, I did it today, which is
Yeah, I know.
it's just pretty weird.
I know you did.
All right, let's go on to the news. All right, and of course, we will start off with kind of like the only thing that's going to be really happening tonight. We'll do a little bit more than this, but of course, we're starting off with World of Warcraft.
A clever strategy.
Thank you, Thrall /Goel /
Secret love.
Daddy. I don't know.
Oh,
anyway.
Oh.
Anyway,
Don't give us fodder pads. That's dangerous.
I thought that was good. I thought that was good for you guys.
You know better than that.
I was baiting you guys.
Strained here.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about patch 8.0, really. Because that's what landed today. That's what we're talking about today. That's everything that is everything. So Thyst. Hi. Maybe you can kind of run us through some of the things that have happened today, because I know that World of Warcraft, they put out a survival video for all of this stuff. Just give us the kind of rundown of everything that is 8.0 in the briefest way.
Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, but you got a stat squish, eh?
I don't know if you noticed. Eh?
Oh, geez, eh?
Oh, my
geez.
stats.
Oh,
Yeah, it hurts
crepes. My stats have gone down. Do you know why that is?
Oh, quite a bit, eh?
Oh, crepes. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And it's seriously
So it's a beauty, eh?
So the base, as far as we know, is for eye levels is around, well, it's under 200, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Like my maxed artifact thingy is like 265 right now. My overall
That's
eye level
pretty good.
right now is 237.
That's pretty good. But
yeah,
you guys
I'm
were
feeling okay
were
about it.
running heroics and all that kind of stuff. So if you're just like running base stuff and whatever, don't worry about it too much. You're running probably around 200 somewhere, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, so like this is like a whole thing. Like this includes item level, damage, armor, health, defense measurements and stuff too. So it's just bringing everything down to numbers that people like me who have trouble with numbers can understand better, and it makes it look better too, you know? Like the numbers were just getting huge, you know? And Ian said it looked very inelegant. So now it looks elegant. And I agree.
Does it look elegant?
Surprise, surprise, she agrees with Ian.
What?
Listen.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
He's an agreeable fellow. What can I say? But yeah, so there's that.
Sure.
So Sargeras, you know, he did a lot that was really terrible. But one of the other things that he did that was also kind of terrible is he kind of like depleted the goodness of our weapons, and
well,
so
I don't know if he really
artifacts-
did. I don't. So I'm going to take umbrage with whatever you're saying because he
Dolores
didn't really.
umbrage?
Because he didn't really. Yes, I'm going to do a Harry Potter move, and I'm going to take umbrage with what you're saying because he didn't really have anything to do with our artifact weapons. This is really Magni,
Ooh.
right?
Oh, you're putting it on Magni.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he said,
You're coming for Magni? You're throwing shade on the Diamond Dave?
No, I love Diamond Dave. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, me too. I really do.
I really do. But
Stay on target. Stay on target.
That's a Van Halen reference for everybody out there.
Running with Sargeras.
There we go. And but Magni is kind of the guy. He was like, hey, you know what? I'm not sure if this will work, but let's try it. Let's try something new. Let's try using those artifacts. Let's try using your artifact as a way to defeat this thing, to try to deactivate this sword and try to make Azeroth better.
Okay.
And so Magni is the reason why everybody's angry right now.
I don't know.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's an easy target to blame a Bronzebeard, right?
Well, yeah.
Pretty safe
obviously
on that in like most situations.
Obviously. Even Alliance can say, you know what? All right, the Bronzebeards kind of deserve it.
Just saying.
Right.
Just saying. But yeah, so some powers from the artifacts have now been incorporated into our talent trees and specializations and stuff. So, you know, that's good. It's good for some, not everybody. Mm-hmm. And characters that are just getting started in Legion, like right now, or maybe later, will seek out and acquire artifacts still, but we won't be having them going forward. Pat.
Well, the cool thing is that if you run through on an alt or whatever, you won't have to worry about the AP grind on that character.
That is true.
Throughout all of Legion. You won't have to worry about that stuff. It'll be taken care of for you.
That's true.
You won't know the pain of what an AP grind was if you go through later on than when we're talking right now, because we all know what the AP grind is, and it's real.
Was it really so bad though? Like I always found that there was more than enough ways to get AP for me at least.
No, AP wasn't terrible.
Is that just because I am like a one main kind of girl? You know, just like one character. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But if you sorry, but you just to make the relevant point, you do still have to get your artifact weapon if you haven't done that. If you're starting a new 110 between now and the expansion.
Right. So Thorn, I know that you were playing Demon Hunter for a lot of Legion. Did you? And then you switched, right?
Yes, to Death Knight.
And did you find the AP grind to be a little much, or were you okay with it, or what was the deal?
I was okay with it, but you know, like you said, we were grinding heroics, and that made it pretty easy. If I'm being honest, it just didn't. I feel like in past expansions, you used to have to do so very much to keep up, and they've changed things enough that you can still be competitive by doing a little less, which allows me to play more characters, which is great. I mean, then I'm not falling behind by playing something else instead of only playing my main all the time to keep on grinding that one thing.
Although really it feels like you're kind of behind.
I mean,
right? I mean,
you're definitely behind. If you're not, honestly, they do have to reward the grind as well.
Right.
So if you're going to put in the time for that, you're definitely going to be behind people who are only focusing on one character. Yes.
Sure.
And I'm always taking time to grind behind.
Wow. All right. Sounds great. Sounds perfect.
That AP stands for All Pro.
Right.
All Pro.
Right. So what else is going on? with 8.0? And of course, this show is completely off the rails already. Perfect.
Well, going off the rails on a crazy trail. Professions have been divided by expansion, Pat.
Oh, yeah. No, I actually like this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love this one because
this is good.
This is what I think they should do with everything. Not really, but
everything?
kind of.
Guys, I don't think I understand this one, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I understand that there's different expansions worth of stuff, but I don't get how that.
So here's the deal. If you want to learn Wrath stuff, you can go into the Wrath area and get your Wrath stuff going. Right? So
get your Wrath
you can learn all of your Wrath stuff separately from all of your Kata stuff, from all of your Wrath stuff, from all of your WAD stuff. That sounds
so instead
weird.
of it being current stuff versus everything before, now it's. But do you still gain levels no matter which of those segments you're doing?
So it's like you have the base game, and then as soon as you get, and I don't even know if this is true or not. But if you are in, say, BFA, you can just learn BFA stuff right away. You don't have to worry about all that previous stuff.
Okay.
You can just go straight into the expansion that you're playing and just learn that stuff.
But I thought we already had that.
Kind of.
I thought that you could like gain levels from zero at the current level stuff.
So
it's like Ian said in the Forbes article.
Boy,
Christ. Okay,
here we go. Here we go. Talking about Ian again. Oh, jeez.
If you're 800 skill in a profession, you'll be 100 skill in each expansion's crafting. If you're like 650 skill, you'll be 100 in the first few expansions and 50 out of 100 for Warlords of Draenor and no Legion because that's where you were in those terms. That means that if all you care about is crafting the new Battle for Azeroth items, you're done. If you want to swap professions, now is definitely the time. That's what he said.
Okay. All right. That was actually
he said more.
That was actually a fairly easy explanation, and I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And even
is anybody else creeped out by how much she can quote Ian?
Right.
That easily?
No, I was gonna say something about that, but I think you've said it. So, so maybe we move on. But it's kind of cool. I actually dig this a lot. Super psyched that professions don't necessarily move, like the bar doesn't move with each expansion now. You can just focus on the expansion you're in and just go for it.
Yes.
So.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Hey, you're welcome.
There you go.
Hey, you're welcome.
Oh,
Let's see what else.
You're welcome, you mook.
That's right.
Okay. So, right now we are in a Legion PvP post season.
Oh, yeah.
It is very special because I don't know, has this ever happened before? Like a post season?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We'd have to ask Brian Helinka.
Oh,
Swolinka
is actually currently doing handstands every day.
Right.
And he's probably too busy.
And working on some secret project that we're not allowed to know about. And for that I say boo.
No. He'll beat you up, Pat. Like, he will not hesitate.
Like, when he could, because he is Swolinka.
I saw him pick up, like, a tractor tire.
He did a tractor tire, and then he did a tractor, which was amazing.
Yeah. He threw that tractor at, like, 3 people.
Yeah.
It was like he was bowling.
Like a quarter of a mile. He's like Paul Bunyan or something.
Yep. And then his shirt ripped, and he's like, oh, man, why does that always happen to me?
Right.
He's like, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, gotta stop thinking about that now. Okay, so if you participated in season 7,
good luck. I can't. All right, sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's getting way hot in there with all those squirrels, Pat.
Oh yeah. Way hot.
If you participated in season 7, To ensure that you receive the rewards that you're due, keep the following in mind, okay?
Okay.
Refrain from transferring your characters to another realm or faction until after Legion Season 7 has ended.
What? Never mind. Go ahead.
Hold on, Pat.
Okay, all right. I didn't mean to freak out.
Okay, it's okay. Legion Season 7 titles and mounts will be awarded approximately 2 weeks after the season ends.
Okay.
2 weeks.
All
so
right.
wait.
2
okay.
weeks.
2 weeks.
2
so like
weeks.
this is all going up until August 14th, which is obviously the BFA date.
Right.
So this is the postseason.
2 weeks, you mook.
2 weeks. You
2
mook.
weeks.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax yourself.
Don't transfer your mook.
I just snorted. Thank you very much for that.
Sorry.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so while this pre-expansion patch is live, it's the special postseason through till BFA, and there will not be any end-of-season rewards like mounts, titles, or conquest to earn. Players will be able to gain catch-up gear that will be rewarded from strong boxes. And that is what you get after you do PvP things. And the leaderboards are temporarily offline. So don't worry about that. It's temporary.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
you mook.
Don't worry about it. You
You
mook.
mook?
I don't.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know what that means.
You mook.
It's okay. It's fine. So
The definition of mook is a stupid or incompetent person, Pat.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's safe.
There we go. All right.
It's
It's
totally
safer.
fine.
It's safer.
We're safe here. That's good.
We have to research our words before we say them, just in case.
Especially on this show. Yep. Not on your show, obviously.
I recently learned this word, hygiene.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what it meant. Yeah.
Sure.
I got to try that sometime.
Sure.
Okay, so
it's what you say to Gene Rayburn when you meet him. You say, "Hi, Gene," and then that's it.
Wow.
That's it. There's
the downvotes.
I quit.
Sorry, YouTube. Hold on a sec. We got more coming.
Good night.
Hold on a sec, YouTube. Just wait for it. We've got more
opportunities
in store. If the top 10 didn't already make a downvote for you,
the top 10 was
the top 10 was legitness,
We're
Pat.
in a world of trouble. All right.
Legit or legit.
Hopefully that will offset any downvotes that we get because of this.
Might not. You're going to have to flash. It's the only way.
Yeah. Watch the video, everybody.
I will. Multiple times a day.
Wow.
Should we get into war mode now? Because I have a lot to say about that.
Let's go into war mode.
All right, we're gonna do this. So war mode is active. Like I said, you can choose 4 talents, and you have to go to your faction capital to activate. And then once you've activated war mode, you are now enlisted. You get a 10% increase to experience and stuff like that.
Yep.
All of your PvP talents that you've chosen will be available to use anywhere that PvP can occur. And you get additional bonus gold and resources and artifact power earned from world quests. And you get additional bonus to experience gains while leveling up. So it's like if you have been playing and leveling up on a PvP server a lot, it's basically like you're just playing normally, except you're getting rewarded for it now.
You get all this free stuff on top of it, which is great. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And so if you're used to PvP stuff, that's awesome. And if you're not, I think it's still okay because I mean, like we were talking about in weeks past, I'm not sure exactly when, but
3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I don't know what you're saying.
So
that was a guess.
So what I was saying is,
how do you know?
I think that when we get into BFA, as soon as we get into the actual content of Battle for Azeroth, most of the community are going to be separated. Alliance versus Horde. So Alliance and Horde are going to be separated by continents, and we won't necessarily see each other a lot. And
That's true.
I think that at least initially, and I'm talking I don't know if it's days or hours or weeks or what, but in those in that initial time, it should be a little bit safer to go in war mode, only because we will have that separation point. So
totally, and it's cool that it's come out now, so we can kind of get used to it and see what it's like. The cool things like the airdrops and the bounty hunter system are not active yet. that's BFA. That's not right now.
Right.
So we don't need to worry about that. But like, there's just a lot of perks when you have this on, and it makes you feel really cool. And like, you know, like you said, yet to be seen, like what this does to the mentality of most players. Like, I know that people who love PvP will obviously turn this on, but like people who don't like to PvP, some might say, hey, the rewards might seem worth it. And some people will say, this is all what I've always wanted. Now I don't have to worry about PvP at all, you know? So it's going to be interesting to see. But
and DK Rise actually in the chat room does say something very nice, and he says, you know what, war mode starts at level 20. So you can turn this, you can toggle this on at level 20, and you can just go through normal Azeroth with this and get bonus XP and get all the little bonuses that go along with it, which is great. And there, you have zero safety net other than your guild. So your safety net is your guild. Make sure to join CTR Guild, because we have a fairly large gathering, as well as Blood of the Scribe over on Horde side. So yeah, join either one of those, and we will protect you.
Oh yeah, I will definitely protect you guys from those CTR guys.
Right. Hey, CTR guys, let's gang up on the Blood of the Scribe guys.
Bring it! Oh please, just bring it.
So
I want this. Okay.
So let's gang up on them, everybody. And
is he saying something? Because I can't hear.
I don't know. You think you'd be good at like talking on a podcast after all these years? I don't know.
I know.
So finally, honor levels have changed. So it's like no more prestige. It's like honor level. So if you look at your sort of PvP panel, you will see like what honor level you are. I'm 46 right now. I was prestige 9. Now I'm level 46.
You look so much younger.
Oh well, thank you, dear boy. But
what a nice young lad you are.
So all of the honor and rewards you receive through PvP participation are account-wide.
Yeah.
So it all counts, but you have to log into each character for their honor to be added to your total. So if you log on to your main and you feel like your level should be higher, just log into all of your characters and it'll add up for you.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for that tip.
Hey, just the tip. No, it's fine.
Just that tip in particular?
Yeah, just one. Although I do have some cool little tidbits. Chris Kalecki, I hope I'm saying his name right. He's a game designer at Blizzard. He's what, Pat?
I am not saying anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can see you. You don't know, but I can see you.
I'm just pointing at the screen saying, "Watch yourself. Watch yourself."
I didn't say anything.
I am only saying.
I don't know what he's referring to.
Right.
He's gonna hit me with his pimp cane at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
I know, I'm in for it.
All right. All right.
But anyway, Chris Kalecki, he's a game designer. He's working on WoW, PvP, and class design, and he tweeted some cool stuff, some things about the patch, like PvP stuff that we might not know about. So here's some cool little tidbits. You can purchase the Net-O-Matic 5000 in Dalaran from the PvP consumable vendor.
Yeah.
It's like 25 marks of honor, but you can also get it for free as a quest reward in BFA. But I would get it now because you can dismount players in war mode from their flying mounts with it.
And I know that you've done this. I know.
I bought it.
You bought it and you've used it a lot, and I'm sure that you've dismounted a lot of players like that were in war mode, and then you were like, you know what? Screw you flying around. Here you go. Boom. You're done.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, get off your mount, you mook. Come down here and say that.
Mook.
You want to say that to my face? Why don't you come down here and say that?
It sounds so disrespectful. It
really does.
Come on down here. I'm sure you're a nice guy. You don't call him a mook. You say, hey, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but I really can't let you fly around like that because you're on the other side and you're in war mode.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
That would be the complete sentence in my mind, not mook.
I mean, it doesn't flow as well. But fair.
I suppose.
I suppose. I mean, I'm not going to be screaming
subtext,
that.
Right?
Sure.
It's about
reading in between the lines. It's always about subtext,
sure.
yes.
Okay, all right. All right. I got you.
Let's move on.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Alterac Valley NPCs will now hit harder and have more health as they scale with your level. And this is to normalize AV's difficulty throughout the expansion, and you can now queue for AV in the random epic battleground queue option. So when you want to queue for a random BG, you have two choices now, regular BG and epic BG. And epic BG is your 40 versus 40, and your regular is your 10v10.
Which I love. I love that they're doing this. I love that they're saying, hey, you know what? We've got this battleground over here, or we got this battleground over here, and you can have an epic experience by going to the epic side of things. Make sure to select that, everybody, because AV is amazing, and now NPCs hit harder.
Yeah, they really do.
Wow.
And Isle of Conquest gates now have more health, and the commander now has more health, and they are trying to curb the rush the commander meta with that.
Okay, all right.
And there's also been some meaningful changes to prevent demon hunters from getting to places that they should in BGs.
Ooh.
Which is good. Because it's annoying when they go where I can't find.
So, Thorn,
I don't like that.
Stop playing Demon Hunter for PvP.
Okay.
Just letting you know. Because they don't want you to go in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it. They don't appreciate it very much. That you're using your double hop and your little flight thing to jump into certain situations and mess everything up. You don't.
But I like my little flight thing.
Yeah, well, everybody
my double hop's like my favorite part.
Everybody
you get your
does.
Little wings.
Everybody loves that. That's why they played Demon Hunters in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's why people played Knuckles instead of Sonic, because you can glide. You can glide.
Yeah, the gliding was pretty sweet.
The gliding, everybody loves that.
I like that one.
And the Knuckles. I mean, they just looked cool. He had spikes on his freaking hand.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was amazing. It was.
That's not a Blizzard game though, guys.
So as far as other things for 8.0, I know that one of the things is that and I think it's starting next week. We're actually going to start seeing this building story of the battle for Azeroth. So we're going to start seeing. We're going to kind of take from where the book left off. And if you guys really haven't read or listened to the book at all, do so, because I think it's key, especially in setting the mood for Battle for Azeroth. It's really key for setting the mood because you find out how crazy the Horde are, and how sane and reality-based the Alliance are, and how grounded they are, and how amazing they are.
Pat,
bunch of freaking mooks.
Did you read the book?
I listened to the book. I may have fallen asleep a couple of times. I'm not going to say that I did.
Crazy WoW dreams.
Right, where Anduin was talking like a goblin. It was great. No, but it is really telling on. It sets the mood for all of Battle for Azeroth, and it's actually very, very good. And especially the audiobook, I highly recommend, only because
good.
It is Anduin talking to you, and so Anduin is like probably the biggest character in the book.
Definitely.
And he's great. And so it's really great hearing it from that side of things. And yes, he does a goblin. He does a gnome. He does Sylvanas. He plays all the characters, and he does a great job.
Really good.
Yeah, I would give him. Let's see, out of 10, I'd give him like an 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really, really good, I think.
I would too. It was a good book.
Wow.
So the beginning week of July 24th.
Yeah.
And continuing till BFA.
Right.
They're going to continue the escalation of an all-out war in Teldrassil and later in Lordaeron. So it's going to be like a new chapter of the relentless conflict at the heart of Warcraft, the Warcraft saga. So that's what we have to look forward to. So like with the patch drop today, there's not necessarily like any quests or new content in the way of like, furthering the story just yet. But that's what we have to look forward to. And I think that's great because like, today's the patch drop. We got some cool new features, obviously. And now, it's not just like, okay, now I'm just going to do war mode for like a few weeks. No, it's like, the slow crawl. It's like it's going to build up and build up and build up. So like we have all this stuff to look forward to until BFA.
Right. And get this, we also have to be able to log into the game. That's the other thing that we need to be able to do, because I know that a lot of people today's a tough day.
You know what? It's just, this is the first challenge of the new patch, and we're failing at it. We got to just get good.
That's it?
Good.
Wow.
Get good, you mooks.
Apparently, as of 40 minutes ago, they took some realms offline, and they're working on a solution. But yeah, I don't know. I have an opinion on this.
Uh-oh.
Can I give my opinion?
Uh-oh.
I got an opinion. I think, like, okay, WoW has just been doing, like, the WoW team has just been doing such an amazing job of just making everything so simple and accessible, and, everything is firing on all cylinders, working like it should, like, when Legion dropped, it was just like, there's Legion, here you go.
Legion's been amazing. I will agree with you totally,
it really has.
Wholeheartedly on all of that stuff. Legion has been great.
And it's been great. And, like, they never mean for things to go badly, like this is, it just happens. But like we sometimes as players need to be reminded that like putting something like this online is a huge endeavor that requires so many different things and so many different people, and so many people are working really, really hard, have been working really hard, and are still working overtime, probably still at the office trying to figure this out right now. And you know what, like, we need to be reminded of that sometimes, because like Blizzard has been spoiling the crap out of us lately, and this kind of stuff builds character. Like 10 years ago, this happened a lot, and I would just sit in front of my computer and wait, because I wanted to play this game. Like, it builds character. You sit there and you're just like, God, I really, really, really want to play WoW.
I get it, and you sound excited. Thorn, I have a question for you. Real quick. Do you know what she's talking about? No. Yes, no. Yes.
She sounds excited, though.
Yeah, sounds great.
I'm all in on the excitement.
Enthusiasm is off the charts.
I'm going to get both of you.
Enthusiastic thumbs up.
Which is great. Good thing war mode is on, because then I won't have to battle you in combat this. Because I'm pretty sure that you'd kill me pretty quickly.
You know what? War mode is a state of mind. I will see you in November, sir.
Look out. Look out.
We do have some breaking news, though. Some of the servers are back up.
Some of the servers.
Thank you, chat, for the heads up on that.
Yeah. See you
later. Chat room, I would suggest you stay here, because I don't know how long that's going to last.
One of the things that I actually want to talk about before we proceed is communities. Because I've been able to play with this a little bit. It's kind of been fun to see how it works on live servers and all this kind of stuff. And I kind of want to talk about this because I'm sure that you guys have some interest in this, because you probably have a community right now, the Lagging Balls community, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know that the Convert to Raid area has two, not one, but two communities. We have the regular CTR guild stuff, which is all about alliance and the guild and making stuff happen and whatever. And then there's also the cross realm or the cross game community as well.
Nice.
So there's two different communities. It's kind of cool. The first community is all about the faction that you're a part of, and whatever else you want to be on that one, it's faction based. The other one is BNet based. So if you're a part of, your B tag, your battle tag will be a part of, the cross game community. There are two different ones. You can create either one, and you're fine.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And even within those communities, so for those guys that want to know, you go into those communities, you create them. You can actually create subsections within those communities. So, like for CTR, the guild, we can actually have an LFG channel in that community.
Ooh.
Perfect.
So if you're looking for other things, other people to play with, you can jump into that LFG system and be done. And it's kind of cool. So
And all of those things now have voice chat within the game.
Right.
So that's it's like Blizz communities, WoW communities, and Guild. There's like Guild chat.
Have you tried it yet? Has anybody tried the voice chat in game yet?
Haven't tried it, but I'm assuming that it's the same way that it is in Overwatch and Heroes and all that kind of stuff. So
I was afraid you were going to say you assume it's the same way that it's been in WoW.
No, not in WoW. Previously. No, not in WoW.
Because then it might as well not be.
Not bad. Oh, come on.
So what is it? This is the 14th year, right?
Oh.
Is it fair to congratulate that WoW has now moved this into because they intended to a lot earlier. Let's be fair.
Right.
They tried. Right,
sure.
And it didn't work out.
We just wanted to use vents so bad.
Sure, and maybe we should do this and say thank you, Blizz, for making this a reality for all of us.
Because they've tried for a very long time.
Because they've tried, and now we can say that maybe they have succeeded. Maybe?
I mean, it's looking so. I mean, the icon in game is the same as in the Battle.net voice. To keep things consistent and also just so you understand what that is. But, there's no reason to think that since it worked so well in Battlenet chat, that it wouldn't work just as well in game.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? Wouldn't it be amazing if you could voice chat with general chat?
Oh, God.
Would that be insane?
Oh, God.
Hold on a second. We don't need that.
Okay.
We never.
I'm sorry. I was just.
We never need that. Just like
you told me I needed to be more creative.
We never need voice
chat.
We never need voice chat for Baron's chat. We never need voice chat for trade chat. We never need that.
Yeah, I don't want to. You're probably right.
Trade communities. That's fine. You can have voice chat for that if you want it, but that's elective.
Yeah. Plus, I don't want everybody to find out I'm a girl IRL. Sorry, a grill.
A grill.
Yeah.
A grill. But you know what's really cool with this? The window that comes up with the communities also has your guild in it.
Yeah.
And you can see guild chat in this window, not only in just text, and you can see guild chat that you missed if you logged out.
Sure.
That's cool.
That's great.
Now, because that's important, especially
yes.
Thorn and I run our guild, and I want to know what people are saying about us when we log off.
Wow.
No?
Wow.
I want to know that. Wow. Because I know they've been talking about me.
Wow.
Wow.
I will say that. Okay, so for the. I don't mean to say this improperly. However, I'm going to say it this way. For those guys that have only one guild to worry about, this is actually a really cool feature. I really like this a lot. For me, for the CTR guild that has 10 co-guilds that work together in perfect harmony, as far as I know. There are so many people. But for a guild that size, it is a little bit still painful. Still a little bit. I'm not going to say
you have a lot of guilds.
But it's.
Do you think the sub channels are going to help with that?
I'm hoping so. I don't really know exactly how people are going to use it, and so that's kind of one of those things where I'm watching. Right, I'm very watchful on this whole thing because I don't know exactly how people are going to accept the new tech versus the old tech versus just the G chat in the system, and how many people are going to actually bust out those different windows. You can take a specific channel within a community and say, you know what, I want to add that to my windows. So that I can just look at that every once in a while as well, and which is really cool. I like that feature a lot. It's just that I wonder how people are going to use that, especially when, especially considering our very large, very kind of amazing guild.
Took you a while to search for that.
Well, they are amazing. They are amazing, but I mean, it's huge, right? I mean, so it's kind of this
huge undertaking. And the CTR community is amazing, so they deserve it.
And so this afternoon, I took an hour out of my time, and I was just trying to make sure that everybody had the correct information because one of the problems that I had was that when I built the community channels, I forgot that the link would expire. Right?
Ooh,
they have it so that automatically the link will expire after 50 people go through or at a certain time. And so I was like, oh, no. I want this unlimited and, like totally unlimited so that we can just keep it up on our motto of the day or whatever. And so it was just kind of amazing that I was like, oh, I made a mistake almost immediately. And now I have to correct my mistake. And I have to go through and I have to figure out where I listed all of the channels again.
Yep.
And
that's why you're so busy this afternoon.
Yeah, because I was
trying to tell you my personal problems.
I listed out on like 5 or 6 channels on our Discord, and then I had to go back to those 5 or 6 channels and update it with the new stuff because I had the links that were unlimited. So
good thing this came out today, and so we can mess with it and get used to it. And then when BFA arrives, we'll be ready.
Good thing it came out today when we had to put a show together and all this kind of stuff because I really...
Hey, you're the one who picked Tuesdays, man.
I know.
Okay, well, there's rumor in chat that is topical for this.
Okay.
That it is the communities feature in particular that may have been the thing that broke WoW and caused all the login problems.
I can imagine.
I totally can imagine that.
I mean, absolutely. So we'll see. I don't know where that information comes from, but thank you, Winchester, for that. In the meantime, it's an interesting point that you bring up from a community management perspective. It's it makes you almost feel like you're duplicating your Discord structure now in the communities within WoW.
Right.
And the thing that's frustrating to me from that perspective is if I wouldn't mind duplicating all of that stuff if it was Battle.net wide across all the games.
Yep.
But having this be just for WoW only is an awesome structure for WoW.
Right.
But then I don't, I need that to go across.
And that's why, we built 2 channels, right? So we built 2 communities so that we could have one for our guild, which just works for the Alliance, just works for those guys that want to enter into it. And then one for cross games so that we can actually maybe break that down a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how everybody is going to be latching onto this new tech. And so so I don't want to jump too fast and say, oh, we're going to bust it out just like Discord and have 76 channels of whatever. Because I think that might be too much, might be too overwhelming, might be too whatever. And
but didn't they say that they're not trying to compete with things like Discord? They're just trying to make it easier for people to talk to each other in game so that when you're looking for pugs and things like that, it's like, hey, just join this.
Yeah.
You don't have to add me to your friends list. You don't have to join my guild.
Sure. But at the same time, they are competing with Discord. They definitely are. And so that becomes kind of a contention point with some.
I have a solution.
With some guilds. What's that?
The solution is Activision Blizzard needs to purchase Discord.
Oh, good idea.
And I'm sure that the Discord guys would love that. They're looking for a payout.
I would love
that.
They're looking for a payout. Come on.
I'm in. They deserve it.
They're in San Jose. Of course they're looking for a payout. They're part of Silicon Valley. They're fine.
They're based in someone's house that's not zoned for business, and
right.
It says Discord on the garage.
Actually, it's really funny because Darius was for a long time. He was not for a long time, but for like a year he was out in San Jose, and he was just down the street from Discord.
Cool.
Wow.
And so he actually talked to those guys and befriended them. Because they were doing something cool for the gaming community, and so he got to he was going out to lunch with them all the time, and kind of getting to know what they were doing and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure, Blizz, you could buy him out. I'm pretty sure that could be a thing.
I hope so. I hope that happens.
It's not like
great.
It's not like Blizz doesn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I want Blizz to buy out everything that I like.
Yeah, and
including me.
That would
Wow. We have an offer. We have an offer, everybody.
Let's get back to the subtext, guys. That means she likes herself.
Right.
Good for you.
Well, there you go. So Blizz, please buy Discord. So there.
There you go.
All right. What else for 8.0 have we not talked about yet? We haven't talked about.
Stuff.
We haven't talked about buying legendaries yet.
Legendaries.
So now it appears that you can buy legendaries for 1,000 waking essences, which is kind of a lot.
That's a lot.
Which you're also supposed to be getting more now of those, I think, right?
Well, let's hope so.
Many artifact power sources will now grant wakening essences instead. So there's that.
Good.
Yes.
Because at this point, if you haven't got them, you're... I mean, I don't know. It seems weird, right? It seems kind of weird.
Still didn't have that second best in slot.
Yeah. So now you can buy it.
Never got it.
But at the same time, you're not going to get AOTC or anything like that. The Spellwing is gone. The Violet Spellwing mount.
I think Spellwing is still available, but
is it?
I think it is, but you can't get AOTC anymore. I think that's what I heard.
So AOTC is gone, ahead of the curve for those guys that don't know that. Mage Tower is gone.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
So it's not like these legendaries are really going to help you in the end game because there is no real end game anymore. We're gearing up for the next thing.
I mean, it's just growing pains, Like this happens on the eve of every expansion. It's just
kind of fun, really, right?
I mean, Thyst, you have a tip about getting some though, right? That
wait, what? What?
Some waking essences
so
that you didn't expect to get. That you found for free somewhere.
Found for free? What?
In your order hall chest, you get like 1,000 today, even if you haven't done anything. The
nice.
chest, my chest was not lit up. Like it. Shut up. Like it would be. If you had something in your, if you had done like a mythic dungeon or whatever, but you can get waking essences that way.
Okay. All right, that wasn't weird at all. Or awkward.
No, I pushed through that, Pat. I pushed through real hard.
She's a professional.
Right.
Somebody's got to be around here. Jeez.
You freaking mooks.
You're a mook.
Exactly.
You're a mook.
You're all mooks.
You freaking mook.
You're a mook in my book.
Wow.
Mook.
Mook book.
Wow. All right.
Our new community channel is called Your Freaking Mook.
That's what it's called?
Yep.
No, it's not.
No, you might want to get a different name. Just saying. That could go away at any second. You never know. You never know. That kind of meme could just disappear on you. Maybe.
It's fair.
You never know.
Okay. So, what else do we have? So, okay. Speaking of legendaries, for the time being, I found out that legendary effects, they actually, for 8.0, they stack. So, because they've kind of made some of these effects, they've kind of put them into your talents and so forth. And you can still have the legendaries. You can still wear them.
Yeah.
They'll actually kind of multiply, right?
Yeah.
Or add, or I don't know what they do.
Something like that. Like, right. I don't really get it. Like for me, my bracers, my Marquee Bindings of the Sun King, and my new ability
Bindings of the Sun King. Yeah.
Sun King, and my new ability Pyroclasm.
Oh, Pyro!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll increase it by some percent. I don't know. I don't get it yet. I logged out before I could figure that out, and then I couldn't get back in.
Math is hard. That's why we rely on other people to tell us what's going on.
That's why there's so many engineers in my raid team. Because they get numbers, and they're like, oh, Thyst, it's this. And I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. No, I get it.
A mage of the elements. All I know is fire and wrath.
I like that.
Wow,
I like that take on it.
When you say it like that, it makes me want like a
Flamin' Doritos?
No, not really. It kind of makes me want like some sort of like brown meat with mashed potatoes on it, and it's just very Midwestern. It's very Midwestern. It's not necessarily Doritos.
Doritos not good enough for you, Pat? Is that it?
I'm from Minnesota.
Pat, you're
Doritos
talking
are
about
way
hot
too
dish,
spicy.
aren't you?
Yeah. I'm talking about hot dish. I'm talking about well, just anything.
How do you
Midwestern.
feed a hungry man?
There we go.
What?
I don't even know. Okay. A couple more things with 8.0. one of the things that was relayed this week by the developers of World of Warcraft was about about allied races. Allied races, they're new for Battle for Azeroth. We know that we've been able to play them as long as we go through all the rep so far. And Thorn, I'm going to ask you this question. What did the developers say moving forward into Battle for Azeroth as far as it goes to allied races and the rep grind?
Okay, so, all right, bear with me. All right, ready?
Yeah.
They stay the same.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh, that is interesting. Actually, it's kind of boring. It's the
No, that's good. One less thing I have to figure out now.
Yeah, I know, but guys,
what did you want?
I still have so much rep to grind. I still have so much rep to grind. I still have so much rep. I don't even know. I mean, I've got like a little bit, like I'm revered with some of the things, but I'm not all the way up quite yet. And so I have 4 or 5K. I have like 4 or 5K reps still trying to push that thing on like 2 or 3 different allied races. I'm like, can I give up on this yet? And Blizz said no.
That's why I'm gonna have kids someday. Because they'll do all that rep grinding for me.
Right. Hey kids, you want your allowance? Do my rep grind.
Small price to pay. They get to play a video game, right?
You don't have to mow the lawn. You have to play a video game. Do it.
Not even a video game, like the video game.
Yeah,
the video game. Yeah.
The video game.
Right.
That's good.
So
I always feel so dumb after like things change, and that's just one less thing that I don't have to feel dumb about.
Because it didn't change. It didn't change, so I don't have to feel dumb about it. I'm totally cool.
Thanks, Blizz.
Right. And I will say, thanks, Blizz.
Thanks, Blizz.
Just to make sure we cover it from both angles. The other thing, actually, that's really cool and kind of makes me, as a WoW player, a longtime WoW player, with that has had to talk about battle chests for a long time, is this: battle chests are no longer going to be a thing. They're no longer going to be a thing, guys. Apparently, the base game and all of the expansions up to Battle for Azeroth are going to be free.
Oh, man.
With sub.
That's awesome.
With sub.
So awesome.
Yeah.
With a Subway sandwich, totally free.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah. You need the footlong, but then you're good.
Right.
2 footlongs.
Put on.
Because you're going to eat the first one, and then you won't have anything for tomorrow.
Put on extra lettuce and tomatoes and, all that stuff.
Delicious.
Peppers. I don't know. What are your favorite Subway toppings?
Black olives.
Black olives.
The chipotle sauce.
Extra pickles.
Extra pickles.
Oh yeah.
See, I think the regular pickles are fine. I think the regular pickles are just fine. Stick with the regular pickles. You're okay.
What are we talking about anymore?
Underappreciated, by the way, the veggie patty. Try it. It's awesome.
So, with your sub, you get all of the stuff up to BFA.
That's awesome.
Which is pretty cool.
And Recruit a Friend has been updated as well. If your friend pays for 2 months of game time, you'll get a month of game time free.
Hey!
And if your friend pays for 3 months of game time, you'll receive a choice of epic in-game mount or special pet.
Mm-hmm.
Call 1-800. What? I don't even know what you're doing.
1-800 Blizzard is cool.
Right. There we go.
Get it? That's funny.
There we go.
Come on.
So there's that. What else in 8.0? Did we talk about all of the 8.0 stuff that's going on?
I believe that we have covered basically everything that had dropped today.
But there's more.
Oh, there's so much more.
There's so much more because we have to talk about story still. Because Thorn, I thought we had enough with the Three Sisters and Magni Bronzebeard, and I can't remember what the other comic was now, but we had 3 comics from Blizz about all the WoW stuff, and now apparently we're getting animated shorts as well, right?
Oh, the best kinds of shorts. The animated kind.
What do we get? What are the people going to be getting?
Okay, Jaina, Sylvanas, and Azshara are all getting animated shorts. There is a preview online right now that is just snippets of some of the animations, and oh my god, they look so good. They look really so good. I'm really so hyped.
They really do.
It reminds me of the shorts that came out for WoD.
Camo shorts.
Oh, and also for Legion. Remember the Demon Hunter short? Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, no,
yeah, kind of that rough cut.
Yeah, like sort of like painted, like a watercolor, like an oil painting,
but kind of like straight from the comics, but kind of like slightly animated style.
Oh, and so good.
Very, good. Very like, this jagged line art and just really kind of visceral and. Oh, it's good. It's good.
Oh, so good.
It's so good.
Like the teaser trailer for the shorts, like gave me goosebumps. I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be so good. And like apparently it's coming soon, so like before BFA, obviously.
And so I'm guessing that this is going to probably land every week starting next week. We'll start seeing this stuff kind of roll forward, but it's the Warbringers animated shorts, and again, Jaina, Sylvanas, Azshara, and it should be phenomenal as always.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Right.
So good.
Yes. Just watch the preview. It's hype as hell.
It is. Yeah. It really is. And for those guys, now what we do is we'll depress everybody. Because there was another thing. Duncan Jones was this last week or so on Twitter said that, so he did the Warcraft movie.
Mm-hmm.
Back a couple of years ago. It finally released.
Directed it.
We finally did it, everybody. We finally put forth a Warcraft movie a couple of years ago, and it did
really well in China.
Really well in China. Not so great here, but it did really well in China. And
qualifies as commercial success.
Yeah. And so it was a commercial success in China. And Duncan Jones said, you know what? It's probably not going to happen again.
Yeah.
He came out and he kind of said...
He said, I'm sorry, it's not looking likely, I'm afraid. Too many companies involved to thread that needle.
Right.
And it was kind of cool because Chris Metzen sort of... Okay, so what happened was the other day, Duncan Jones tweeted, and he says he was going to be teasing a work announcement the next day. And Chris Metzen was like, Warcraft sequel? Smiley face? And Duncan Jones was like, love you, buddy. I wish. Maybe one day, but never without you on board. And it's just like the bromance.
Yeah.
Oh, well, feels good.
Okay, hold on a sec. I don't see how anybody who's ever met Chris Metzen, anybody who's ever been around his presence, because really, I think of him like I think of Thrall, right?
Yeah.
And I think of him kind of in the same aspect.
Didn't you call Thrall daddy earlier?
I did.
Is that what you're trying to say here?
No. But it's kind of one of those things where you kind of look at him and you go, you know what? You are the spirit of World of Warcraft, at least up until Warlords of Draenor and maybe a little bit beyond. But for sure, up until that point, he has been kind of the essence and the driving force behind all the story stuff, which has been amazing and terrific and great. And I don't think that anybody that has ever met him will say that, oh, yeah, he's a jerk. No, he's not because you know why? He's nice. He's a nice guy. I've met him. I've met him a couple of times in the bar at the Hilton, and he was very delightful.
I bet he was.
So yeah, and he wasn't even drinking, so he was fine. He was
probably
great.
Doesn't even have to. He's just high on life.
No, exactly. So he's a great guy. So unfortunately, we won't have any Warcraft sequels coming anytime soon.
Someday.
But I'm pretty sure we kind of guessed that.
Yeah, I was kind of guessing that.
Yeah.
But maybe someday.
I was kind of after the first movie, I was like going, yeah, I can't really see making a sequel on that one, but you never know. You never know.
You never know.
Right. All right. Now that we've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes, essentially.
Is that all?
Is there anything else Warcraft that you guys want to talk about?
Oh, absolutely. But we'll just save that for another day.
Oh!
Maybe next Tuesday.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Maybe we'll save it for another day. All right. I'm kind of wondering what I really want to go to because, I mean, okay. There's a little bit of stuff going on. We'll just kind of go through it fairly quickly. First of all, Hearthstone.
Well met.
Yes. So for Hearthstone, we have a really quick thing going on. Midsummer Fire Festival. It's happening in WoW. It's happening in Hearthstone. What does this mean?
It's hot.
It is hot. What does this mean? Ragnaros is back, and we're doing stuff. Right, Thorn?
Hey guys, guess what?
It's true. There's a double gold for completing your daily quests and some fiery tavern brawls, and he's there to talk smack to you the whole way through.
Yeah, and it's all that type of stuff. We have a new thing from the Hearthstone team. It's called the Boomsday Project Lab Logs, which is kind of like this elaborate thing about how the cards are kind of going along for the new Hearthstone expansion. I suggest that even if you're not interested in, even if you're not playing a lot of Hearthstone at the moment, I would suggest reading it because it's fun.
Yeah. If you enjoy the whimsical aspect, you will very much enjoy reading through these lab logs. They're funny.
And like Dave Kozak, he's like their big story guy over there, and so he's probably big into this particular aspect of everything with every expansion, but especially this one. It seems like his hands are all over it, and it's a ton of fun. So. Really suggest
check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. Check it out. And before we go, I think that we should also talk a little bit about Overwatch.
Oh, rubbish.
Well, okay. No, not rubbish, but I wanted to talk about Overwatch League in general. Well, specifically, because we had the playoffs, part of the playoffs.
Part of the playoffs.
This last weekend. And Thyst, I know you were watching.
And you're just picking it like Moon's pad. You're just picking at him. Just pick it.
Yeah.
Let's just bring Thyst down at the end of the show. Let's just make her feel bad.
So at the beginning of this whole thing, we had 6 teams. 2 of them had a bye for this first weekend, so they were off. Now, so we had the teams 3 through 6 kind of battling against each other. To try to go to the next round. And I want to know, what were your overall impressions of the Overwatch League playoff system? Because it's a little bit different, right?
It is a little bit different. It's really interesting. I like it. The matches, like they're quick. Like the broadcast is quick. It's really cool to see, like, one day it'll just be 2 teams and that's it, or it'll be like 4 teams playing. The first night it was Philly versus Boston, and then London versus the Gladiators. But then the next day it was just Philadelphia and Boston playing each other twice. Right. So it was cool to see. And then the day after that it was London v Gladiators and nobody else.
And so it's a little bit different because they're doing matches. They're not doing just specific games. So they're doing match wins where you actually have to win multiple matches against the same squad before you move on. And so we're going to see that again this weekend, right?
Yeah. But before I get to this weekend, there is something I need to mention about last week. And although, spoilers, I guess, but London took out my Gladiators. Nobody saw that coming, especially me. But before they could, on Wednesday, July 11th, the Gladiators pulled the most amazing, the greatest, the most legendary play in Overwatch League ever. Like, people are going to be talking about this years from now, like decades from now.
What was it?
Okay, so it was King's Row.
Yeah.
And London was defending, and the gladiators were attacking.
Okay.
And so Surefour, my favorite player, switched to Brigitte,
He's
and
awesome.
everyone else, they had their comp, and they moved out of the church or whatever it is, and they went sort of like around the wall. They avoided the point. They went through that little house.
Yeah.
They went back around the point, and then they kept going. They just
toward
kept
the
going.
spawn of the other team.
Toward the spawn of the other team. So they kept going, and then they started to go up that staircase when you turn to get up to the high ground at point 1. Meanwhile, Surefour's still sitting on Brigitte in the spawn area. So what the Spitfire could see was that there's a full team, including a Brigitte. Then, just as the rest of the gladiators started to descend upon the point, it sort of shook up Spitfire, so they moved back and further towards where you can see from the attack spawn. That's when Surefour went to Widowmaker, grapple hooked up onto the vantage point, and took out 2 people and damaged a bunch of the others. They took that. It was called the Great Bamboozle. It was the most amazing thing. I was screaming. It was
called
the
Great Bamboozle.
That's what it's called. So it's I'm super upset that Spitfire took out the Gladiators, because they're my favorite team, and I really wanted to see them go up against Valiant and YXL. But, even still, that was the most amazing play. That was the most creative thing I've ever seen in Overwatch League, and I'll never forget it.
Back in my day, I saw the Gladiators on the Great Bamboozle.
That's going to be me.
Right.
It was the Great Bamboozle.
Right.
And it was amazing.
That's what you're going to say to all the kids that you want off your lawn.
Exactly. So the only teams left are Philadelphia Fusion and YXL, Los Angeles Valiant, and the London Spitfire. And that's what we're going to be seeing this week.
So do you think that NYXL are going to hold out? Probably. I mean,
yeah. They're fine.
You're a big fan.
Yeah.
Who are they playing? Are they playing the Spitfire? Are they playing the or the
They're
Philly?
not. They're playing Philly tomorrow.
All right.
And Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And London is playing the Valiant.
Yes.
And who do you think is going to win out of that one?
I think it's going to come down to NYXL and the Valiant. Although Spitfire, they just got good one night. So I don't even know anymore.
On the break, they just went, "Hey guys, let's get good.
Let's get good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why not? Yeah. Let's just try that.
Yeah. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. All right. Cool. Cool. And the other thing is that Hammy comes alive next week. As far as for live servers for Overwatch, Hammond, the habit trail, I don't know. He has a ball. He runs around. He shoots people in the face, and then he knocks them off of ledges by grappling onto things, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we get to experience that on the live servers on the 24th of July.
Awesome. So just when we come down from all of the patch difficulties from 8.0, we get all the patch difficulties because of Hammond on Overwatch. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Thorn, are you up on all of your Hammond moves?
No. Nope. Nope. Not in the least.
Not at all. Awesome.
No. In fact, I'm quite bad at his grapple, and
seriously, anytime there's a new hero, I do the not the no limits thing. The what's the other one?
Total Mayhem.
Total Mayhem, because you get way more opportunity to fire all the different special things that they do. So Total Mayhem, go around as the new character, no matter what it is, and just have a lot of fun and cause chaos.
Have at it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Anything else from Blizzard Games?
I mean, yeah, but do
we save it?
I think we should.
All right, we got to save it, because we got to have something for next week, because this week was all about 8.0. And I'm guessing that next week will also be about 8.0. It'll be about our reactions to all the crazy crap that happened this week, which should prove to be fun. But until then, let's go around the room and have you guys tell me about what you do, and how people can find you. And we'll start, of course, with Thorn, because I mean, you come in here every once in a while. You grace us with your presence. And so what are you up to? What's going on in your world?
I thank you, my friend. I have a big work event coming up, so I've been pretty busy with some event planning, some experiential marketing event type things happening in my life, which is why I didn't have that many video game updates this week. But that's what's going on for the next couple of weeks for me before I can free up a little more time to get back into what we love.
Right. But people can find you at Thornbrow on Twitter.
That's right.
All that kind of stuff, and of course the Lagging Ball Show, which is amazing, and going crazy for Gots all over the place. Thyst, how about you? What's going on in your world?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to go see MIXL play at Mr. Wu's basement in Manhattan with the 5 Deadly Venoms. It's going to be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but besides that, I've been streaming a lot lately, and I'm going to be trying to stream some of my amazing war mode adventures. So if you want to see some of that, you can follow me on Twitter at Thyst03, and I will update accordingly. And you can find both Thorn and I on the Lagging Balls podcast, where we also talk about Blizzard games, but with many more swears than this show.
Right.
And lots of screaming.
Lots of screaming.
Lots of screaming.
And where CTR sticks to the back parts, you guys flipped the script, so to say, and it made me concentrate more on the front parts, which
that is so true.
is the
Pat,
that's the major difference.
Way to work around that, Pat.
The
that
way
was very
that
creative.
you can fart on cue is just amazing. Like, I still can't get over that.
It really is. I've been a professional for a number of decades, let's just say, and you're welcome. so there.
It's such a good period on the end of a sentence.
It really is. It really is. By the way, I am actually going to be on Azeroth Roundtable this week. I'm looking forward to it with Ben and John. And
nice.
So that'll be a lot of fun. I don't know what's in store because they never tell you.
No, they don't.
All they said was, hey, we really want an alliance perspective on this. And I said, I'll do what I can. They said, okay. So I'll be there. But Azeroth Roundtable this weekend. And for all of the other things, please join on the conversation we're having at any time. You join the Bazuba Guabo Nation.
Well, you can't even say it.
I can't talk tonight. By heading over to convertraid.com. That's where we have all of the things. We have our audio, we have our video, we have our guild stuff, we have our Convert to Raid podcast network stuff that features these guys and all of the regular players on both this show and Battlenet Sports. Make sure to sub to Battlenet Sports.
Oh yeah, it's a really good show.
On your podcast catcher of choice.
It's so good.
It's so good. And all other things are over on convertraid.com. If you're a part of the Convert to Raid guild or want to be a part of the Convert to Raid community in-game, we actually just put those out. So we actually created the new communities feature for all of the Convert to Raid stuff that we have going on. We have the Convert to Raid cross-game stuff, and we have the Convert to Raid guild stuff. So make sure to check out our Discord for all that stuff. Just saying. Okay. Convert to Raid is produced and distributed by Signals Media, and that's going to do it for the show. Thorn, Thyst, thank you guys for joining me tonight. And Twitch chat, you too. You guys are great. And
thanks, Pat.
And for all of you guys that are picking up the show, we really do appreciate it. Whether you're at work or in the car or at home, wherever you are, we really do love that you guys are picking up the show and digging what we say. That's all I got. All right. So for all of the guys here at Convert to Raid, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, man.
Pat, who's been messaging you this whole time?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Your phone's just going nuts.
I have no idea. It's
what is that?
up.
Like a text, or is that
It's lighting up. I have no idea. I don't even have. The stupid thing is that I don't even have anything on right now. But people are messaging me. Oh, it's my wife. Get that.
Oh no.
Go figure.
I almost done in there.
How about I do this? How about I do this? I'll do this. I'll all caps. Stop.
Don't do that. Are you mental?
Still on air. Please
stop.
Stop.
I'm doing a show.
Answering you
Please
live now.
Stop.
Meanwhile, you get another one.
I did stop. I'm doing a show. Please stop. For God's sake, please. And then that's it. And now she's writing again. Why are you writing again? Why are you writing? Stop.
Did you get any other nice texts just
Stop.
now?
Stop. Why are you writing? Stop. Oh, God, stop.
Welcome to the push show where we just text each other on air.
I'm not done. She says, you're done. You're done. Stop yelling.
You're done.
I'm not done.
You are done.
Oh,
well, Pat, it's been a good show.
I don't know.
Like you're done.
I don't know. It sounds like I'm in trouble now.
Did anybody send you some cool pictures just now, Pat?
I might be in trouble, right? And now she says, oh.
Oh, no.
I thought you were just yelling at yourself down here.
You're done. You're done, buddy.